Right, okay, so we're here with...
Robert.
Josh.
How do you analyse that game?
Shite. Well, just shite the whole time.
What went wrong? Because is it fitness? Is it Eddie Howe? Is it tactics? Is it what are you putting it down to?
I don't know. We're losing every 50-50. I was just saying to him last season, I don't think we lost that game. I know there's just no fight, Luton away. You know, at least with away games, you're like, oh, there's the crowd on top of you. That's why you're losing duels, because they're supporting you. But here, you know, we're backing them all the time, and they're still losing the 50-50s. They're losing the duels. I mean, Chris Wood scored a hat-trick. We're letting Chris Wood, his third goal came off running off the shoulder. He is the slowest striker I've ever seen, and yet he's outpacing our centre-backs and chipping over the keeper. That shouldn't be happening. Just simple as. It shouldn't be happening.
Kieran Trippier. What's your thoughts?
I love him, but I don't know what he's doing.
He had a good, I want to say, 25 first half hour, and then he just, I don't know what happened. He didn't want to play in position. He kept swapping with Fabian. I don't know what was going on.
It seems all their attacks was kind of going through that, kind of targeted almost. It seemed weird that you would target Kieran Trippier, but the form that he's in,
we kept him doing this weird little ball where he would try and play it in Isaac, and they'd just nick it back. He'd be way too far up, play it in behind him every time. He's done this weird little inverted thing with Fabian, and they just got in behind every single time. Hudson-Odoi and Alanga absolutely had with fullbacks. It was ridiculous.
So we've got a Facebook group. I was literally keeping up to date with it there. It's the first time I've ever seen Eddie Howe out. There's a few people as well. It wasn't even one. Are you questioning his tactics? Is there any disbelief? Are you fully behind him? What's the kind of
thing
feeling?
is, though, today is one of the first days where he made all the right subs the whole way through the match, but we still got battered. So it's, I don't know, there must be some other reason.
We're one-dimensional, end of. I mean, pre-season we're trying back fives, back threes, different tactics, but in-game we're just not using them. I don't really know what we're doing. I think I'm completely Howe-in, but say, for example, this was I'm not comparing what to Man United, you know, their expectations are way above us, but if Man United were having these results, they would be saying Ten Hag out, which they are. I'm completely Howe-in, he's completely changed to it, but I think if we keep on losing these games like we do, it's going to have to change, whether it be manager or not, I don't know.
Yeah, we spoke to Newcastle fans beforehand, and we asked them about the upcoming match against Sunderland, so it's absolutely massive, but it was very confident beforehand. Now you were off the back of another bad result. What's your thoughts going into that game?
Worried, to be honest. The thing is, I don't care about anything. You can have your League Cups, you can have your titles, anything. We need to beat Sunderland, or it's just a write-off.
I will take 12th and no more cup runs if it means beating them. We can't lose to Sunderland. If we lose to Sunderland, I'm going into hibernation. I'm never coming back out. It can't happen. It just can't.
If we do lose to Sunderland, is that Eddie Howe pressure? Surely, or what?
He's fucking gone after that. There's no way.
I think if we lose to Sunderland, I think a lot of fans will start losing the backing of him, definitely, because you just can't lose that. You cannot lose that.
We spoke to people as well. I mean, it's crazy what a difference 90 minutes do to fans. So beforehand, some people are saying, oh, we don't necessarily need a lot of transfers in the window and stuff. What do we need in January?
Well,
Chris Wood,
we could have anything. Anyone that's not who we're currently playing. Almiron especially, he needs to go.
Is he the weak link for you then? Because when we say transfers, it's all about who has to drop out of the team to fit someone in. So is he the one who would need a right winger?
Stand out easily. He's so bad.
That first half, we could have been 3-0 up. He missed that sitter. He gave it to them for their equaliser. That right wing, it's essential. He's so bad. Honestly, he's awful. Absolutely awful.
Yeah. Anyone you'd like to see fetched in right wing then?
It's unrealistic, but give us Jared Bowen.
Jared, I mean, anyone. I'd take any championship winger with Emigate at this point. He's fucking horrific.
He's so bad.
And then obviously we've got knocked out of the Cup, we've gotten out of Champions League. All of the focus is going to be, other than Sunderland, is going to be on the Premier League. Where do you think Newcastle are honestly going to finish? Not hopeful or whatever, just honest, where do you reckon? Right.
Exactly. I want to say we'll finish, it sounds bad, I'm hoping it's a top 10. But that's realistically, that's a.
I'd say that.
That's yeah.
I'll still say Conference League. I'll still say Conference League. I think we finished 7th, unless there's 5 Champions League spots on the 8th. I'll think 7th, 8th. I think that's where we finished.
Speaking of January transfer window as well, is there any players that we should sell as well?
Well, Miggy obviously.
A certain Paraguayan winger, and I don't get the thing with Lewis Hall. Obviously we can't sell him because he's on loan, but I don't get it. We're not playing him. You know, we're going to spend a lot of money on him, which I think is pointless, which we could strengthen on a lot of other things. Probably another fullback, another midfielder. You know, we're playing a 17-year-old. He's absolutely brilliant, but probably someone else to back up that midfield, I'd say as well. Yeah.
It's a big Christmas wish, that. Right, okay, so we're here with
Luke.
How would you analyse that?
I would say first half was good, second half flat, honestly. Very disappointed. Chris Wood got a hat-trick. I don't think that performance wasn't good. I don't think fans were happy about it.
Yeah. Who do you point the finger to? Is it fitness? Because obviously fitness has been an issue. Is it Eddie Howe? Is it tactics? Is it the players? Is it what?
I would say it is fitness. With the amount of players who got injured still, we've got a really small squad. Most of them players have been playing non-stop games, non-stop. I just think January's make or break for Eddie Howe.
Yeah, we spoke to people before the match and seemed very confident about Sunderland. Does this change the whole view of Sunderland match now, the derby?
Oh yeah, definitely, because the fans are going to be very nervous about it. Even I think Eddie Howe and the players will be nervous about the game. I think that game is make or break for Eddie Howe.
Yeah. And then January transfer. Who's your number one target?
Number one target. I would like to say Ruben Neves, but I say we need to go for a striker.
Right. Okay. So we're here with
Jack
and Gary.
How would you analyse that game?
They're appalling. We've got 11 players on the pitch, and they're playing the manager at the sack. We've got Eddie Howe is going to be under immense pressure because of the players on the pitch. Today, we're discussing, we're second everything on the pitch. Lewis Miley first off was class, and then barring that was as bad as I've seen us up here for definitely under Eddie Howe, and that's 2-3 years. You're talking with Steve Bruce football, yeah. That was shocking.
We've got a Facebook page. I was keeping up to date with it there. It's the first time that I've seen Eddie Howe out. A few comments as well. You've said it's the players. Is it the players that Eddie Howe is attacking?
On the Facebook groups, everything like that, you can see it building. You can see it quietly building. And I'll back Eddie Howe 100%. I think he's the best manager we've had in my lifetime. Like the talking Keegan, Boy Robson, he's up there with a pair of them. He's turned players, championship players, into Champions League players. They've let him down massively today. And Chris Wood to score three goals a day. It's like, how are like
couldn't hit a barn door for us.
Like really, we've got to. As the players, we've got to stand up. You got players like Bruno strutting about, doesn't chase balls and get stuck in. For me, and I've been saying this most of the season, he had a great game against Fulham. He went missing pretty much every other game, barring that.
Yeah.
Took Lewis Miley off against Luton. Fair enough, he let Townsend go. Lewis Miley was probably best player on the pitch. First half against Luton. Honestly, the players are letting him down. You got players out long staff today was shocking, appalling. Like, I hear calling players out, all the injuries, all of that type of thing. We've got players there who are robbing a living at the minute. Like, you've got to. We're here, Christmas. You've made way effort to get in. We do it all the time. The players have got to turn up and back the manager because he backed them. He backed Trippier. He backs anybody. Miggy was shocking today. Hand in their first goal. Honest. Like, as a Toon fan, that's as bad as I've seen on Eddie Howe. And that's not the manager's fault. He's not telling the players to go out and perform badly. He's telling the players to go and do a job, and they're not doing the job for him.
Is it confidence? Because obviously we're on a bit of a losing streak. We got knocked out of the Cup. We got knocked out of the Champions League. Is it confidence with the players? Is it fitness?
No, it's not confidence. It's lack of desire. It's lack of desire. It's lack of effort. It's lack of everything. We were second best in every second half, definitely. Second best to everything.
Yeah. Word association a little bit here. Kieran Trippier,
he plays himself back in the form. He's too good. He had a decent game, but he wasn't too bad. Trippier's not the issue. It's the fact maybe he takes every corner, every free kick. His corners don't get these. But he's too good to be
in a slump.
In a slump. That'll come good. It's the other players around him that need to step up. When you got one player, he plays for a team. When you got one player having a bad game, it's up to the other players to say, right, we'll sort you out. We miss Joe Linton massively. Like, honest, like, shocking.
Yeah.
Like,
Dubravka,
he's done nothing wrong. Hey.
he pushed out of his box, but like that's what all keepers do. Like,
do we need a new keeper in January?
Yeah, Ramsdale from Arsenal. Arsenal probably.
Would Arsenal give?
Yeah, because you cannot play against Arsenal, and Arsenal probably looking at us thinking now we're no threat. They'll probably say, there you go, have him on loan for the rest of the season.
Who would your number one targets be in January?
We
need
a new right winger, really.
we need somebody to replace Miggy, 100%.
That's what the last person said. We'll ask people as well, who would you like to sell? Who should be available to sell? Is Miggy, is that who you'd say?
Miggy be out the door for me. You wouldn't play another game for the tune.
Bruno's one to go to Barca.
If you look back at the Liverpool game, when we got beat, Miggy missed 2-3 chances. He's cost us massively in a lot of games this season. He sort of misses. He's sort of the way he walks away smiling when he's made a mistake. People think, oh great, but I hate that. They walk away in a huff, chuck your toys at the pram, show your passion, show your caring. To me today, like that would be Alex Ferguson. If he was a Man U player on the Fergie, he'd be away. He'd be saying, "You're not playing for me again, son."
We spoke to Newcastle fans before the match, and we asked them about the derby, what their thoughts were, and everyone was dead confident. Oh, we'll smash them 3-0, stuff like that. Does this change?
I was talking to Man U, Nottingham Forest fans in the Strawberry. I said, Chris Wood will score today. Didn't in a million years. Now he scored three against me.
Class. You've been a rich man if you did.
Honest class, well done him, because he did nothing wrong for us. Good servant, did everything asked of him. People didn't like him up here. I did, because you can see his effort. Yeah, and that's all I want to see, effort. And Miggy's effort is disgusting. There's a few other players, and I've said Bruno. Bruno's one who, to me, see you later. £120 million from Barcelona. See you later. Yeah. We go and get 3-4 players for that.
And then Sunderland as well. What's your prediction for Sunderland?
Sunderland. I'm totally fine with us losing to Nottingham Forest. Like I don't care what anyone else says, but like Premier League, we should have won it. Like, but Sunderland, we have to put everything in. Yeah. We want it.
We play later against Sunderland. It's like game over.
Are you worried about it?
I'm worried about Liverpool next week. I'm massively worried. If we turn up and play later against Liverpool, it'll be 9-10-0. Yeah. Honestly, it will be.
What's your thoughts on Sunderland? Because obviously a few weeks ago everyone's tails were up, and now we're on a bit of a slope down.
I've been a fan long enough to realise the Sunderland game is it's always a 50-50 game, that one. If we go into that game with this sort of form, it's like down there, the hostility down there and stuff, and we can't play away from home to start off with. Can't play at Luton with 10,000 fans down there. We can't go to Sunderland and expect to win.
If we got a bad result there, does that Eddie put pressure
on?
Mate,
I'd love it. I think the pressure's on Eddie Howe to start off with. It's not from me. I love him. It's the players are letting him down.
So if Newcastle do get a bad result against Sunderland, what do you think that does?
I think the next 2 games are probably going to decide Eddie Howe's future at Newcastle, and that's not me.
Yeah, just the club,
it's not me talking. I think that's the players, whether there's a split in the dressing room or...
Are you saying that because you think the owners are expecting Champions League or Europe football next season?
I think it's just the way they turn up, and it's all the injuries. Sheeran, Match of the Day, on his sort of podcast, it's like you cannot talk about injuries and tiredness, and the players aren't putting it in. It's as simple as that. The players aren't. They pick any one of 52,000 fans, yeah, and they would run their socks off for as long as they could. Legs would carry them, and we're not seeing with it. The players aren't coming off the pitch knackered. They're not coming off shattered. They're not coming off done. It's like you've got to put the effort in.
Right. Okay. So we're here with
Ray.
Ray, how would you analyse that game, mate?
Not a bad game. Defence, same again. Dan Burns shouldn't be on the team. Do you know what I mean? It's only good in the air. In my opinion, Dan Burn let the side down again.
Yeah. Is it just Dan Burn? Obviously, if you're saying he's the weak link, was it any others, or was it just all down to him?
Well, it's down to the defence really, innit? I mean, didn't blame the lads. They played well, but you know, at the end of the day, what can we do when we've got crap on the bench?
Yeah. Are you putting it down to the players? Are you putting it down to the fitness? Are you putting it down to Eddie Howe? Are you putting it? What's the slump at the minute?
Well, the slump's just they've got crap on the bench. Basically, what you're meant to do when you've got crap on the bench. Yeah. You know. Dan Burns a nice lad, didn't get his wrongs, good in the air, stuff like that, but he's not fast. He's not right for the back. Yeah. You know.
You mentioned the defence. What's your thoughts on Trippier at the minute?
Trippier's fine. Trippier's just had a couple of bad games. All these fans that's griefing Trippier at the minute. Trippier's world class. He's come to the match. Every game, he's done well. He's had a few bad games. Shouldn't be calling
What
names.
would you do then? Would you rest him or you just play through it, or what would you say?
Well, I'd put Livramento in his place and put him back in defence, maybe, and get rid of Dan Burn altogether,
Would you try Trippier on the left then? He plays that way for England. Eddie Howe's
maybe he's
never
on the
really
left,
played.
maybe he's in the middle. Or maybe he's put Gordon. I'd probably put Gordon up front, or in the middle to run through. But
It's Christmas finished now. It's January soon, so it's the transfer window opening. What do you think Newcastle's budget's going to be? As a fan, what are you kind of realistically expecting?
Well, with these rules going on at the minute, what do you expect? You know what I mean? Just buy someone half decent.
What position would you reckon?
We need a striker. We need
Striker,
some
yeah.
good strikers. I mean, we've got Isaac at the minute. He's paperweight. Isaac's not the best of. He's not
killing me in fantasy football.
Well, he's not playing very well at all. Just get a good striker. That's what we need.
Is there any names that you've got that you'd like to see fetched in then?
No, there's loads of names I would like to see there, but
Realistically though,
there's loads of good players there, but you want the young'uns, up and coming young'uns. I mean, look what they've done with young Miley there. Young Miley's outstanding. Give him a couple of more years, a bit more experience, class. Mike Ashley's days, he'd be gone set already, but
Well, we've got Sunderland coming up as well, so we're supporting Newcastle fans beforehand, and no one was worried. Are you worried after this match?
Well, I'm worried all the time. Your Sunderland matches are coming up. You're always worried. We've got a point to prove against Sunderland. I mean, they're crap, aren't they, Sunderland?
Well, we're out of all of the cups now, so does that become the biggest game of the season, or is that just a cup?
No, well, it's a game that's not going to happen for a long time now, isn't it? So hopefully Newcastle can...
Score prediction?
Against Sunderland? What would you say, young man? 6-2? 6-2. 6-2.
Yeah. And then Premier League score, where do you think we're going to fit, Rao?
If we get our fitness back and get the players back, I'd like to finish in the top 4 again.
Top 4, yeah.
Champions League again,
If we don't, what's I don't know if that's
top
a
10,
thing.
top 10,
Top 10,
you know.
yeah. Right, okay, so we're here with Adam P. So how would you analyse that game, mate?
Well, I know it's a bit of a common trope for people to say that after a loss, but that was disgraceful. It honestly was now. I actually defended Newcastle after the Luton Town loss. I felt like with a hard fixture being away, the fact that obviously Tom Lucky has had a cardiac arrest is going to push the team on to try and do it for him. Today, absolutely no excuses today now. I had a chance to speak to some Nottingham Forest fans. I mean, the Nottingham Forest team coach actually travelled up on Christmas Day, so they obviously spent the morning and a little bit of the afternoon with the families, and they came up the night, having just stayed over here. I mean, we half-arsed that game so much today, and I'm just thinking myself, how are we half-arsing the game? We're already out of the Champions League, we're already out of the Carabao Cup, which means we've got the Premier League and the FA Cup left, and we're not giving 100% in that match. It absolutely baffled me. They were 100% up for it. They were miles better than us, Newcastle, from our point of view. With the exception of our goalkeeper, we had our best possible defence out today. Got carved open time and time again. They could have scored way more than 3 in that. And that spell between I think it was 25 minutes onwards at the end of the first half and the first 20 minutes of the second half. They created so much, and Newcastle just had no rhythm in the game. And I mean, it was shocking from us. I can't defend that at all. I've got to really point fingers towards the players, because there was a good 7-8 at the start 11 today that didn't give 100%. They were half-arsed it, and we got punished today. We showed them a lack of respect.
Yeah, you mentioned it's the players there. Some blame, because obviously we've got a Facebook page. I was keeping up to date with what's happening on it. There's a few people saying Eddie Howe, problems with Eddie Howe. Are you putting it all on the players? Is there any players in particular? Is it fitness? What do you reckon?
No, I'm going to defend Eddie Howe in this, because it doesn't matter what start 11 he plays, whether he puts Burn in over Livermore or whatever it may be. That start 11 should be beating Nottingham Forest, with all due respect to them. We've got a terrible away form in the league. They're rubbish. They're not a good team at all. They have no flow in the game. The possession's terrible from Forest. They don't understand how to do it properly compared to Newcastle now. I will defend Eddie Howe, because the players have got to still be able to beat them now. When he made it 2 strikers, it didn't make much difference anyway. What about formation, what about players on the pitch? 90 minutes, they were the better team. Newcastle were rubbish today. They didn't deserve anything at home, and I don't get it. I don't get what we were doing. We deserve absolutely nothing today, and I will defend Eddie Howe, because it didn't matter what team played today. They weren't up for it. They would have lost anyway.
Yeah, we see in town they've got the Boxing Sale signs up and stuff like that in the shops. Will there be January sales here at Newcastle?
No, it better be. I mean, we've got Liverpool away, Sunderland away next 2 matches. Those 2 games, as much as I don't want to big it up, is going to define this season. Now, Liverpool's a hard game, but we've got a terrible away form, so if you want to eventually get this horrible jinx out of the way, especially after that loss, you've got to look at Liverpool and try and get a result down there. As good as they've been, you've got to have a point to prove. Sunderland's the game, though. If you lose against Sunderland, that is it. The entire season is over. I cannot defend Eddie Howe and the players after lose that game. It is a a game that you could not lose no matter what. If you lose a time we are derby, especially after Newcastle's done over the last couple of years, I can't defend them. Someone's going to have to go after that game if you lose it. So
I mean, I'm fully with you. I think Eddie Howe's done fantastic for this club. So much credit in the bank. I'm not questioning Eddie Howe at all. I know some of the fans are, and it's starting to turn. If he loses to Sunderland, though, will the fan base then turn against him? Because for a lot of people, that is the most important game of the season now.
I think they will, yeah. The fact is, I saw a surprising amount of people who criticised how the Luton game. Now, again, I probably would defend the manager somewhat in it. I think today, if I was going to go in Solskjaer, a lot of people probably will start questioning them. And that's the last thing when they lose a manager, they get their own fan base going against you. If they lose the Sunderland game, though, it's a hard mountain to climb for him because the season is over at that point. So no matter what Newcastle do after that, the season's already over and fans are already going to be peeved off Eddie Howe. So it's a tricky position for him to be in, but you cannot lose that game no matter what. I think he's in big trouble if he loses that.
Is he going to have to do a lot of business in January? Do you reckon there'll be much money to kind of play around with?
Well, the money's a tricky part, but you're going to have to. You need a right-sided outward player. I cannot stand watching the Almond anymore. His end product's terrible. We're going to need a centre mid to replace Tonali because of his ban. You're going to need a striker upbringing, so if Eddie Howe wants to start two strikers, you've got to have the option there. We're going to need a goalkeeper because the Bradker is. I know a lot of people probably slag him off today, but to be fair, Chris was clean through about 40 yards, so there's only so much you can do. But yeah, he definitely need a goalkeeper. And after watching the defence today, he might need a defender, so what the hell was that? But no, those are 4 options I just gave you there. You definitely need those 4 in. If you don't get them in, then Newcastle are always going to be weakened at some point.
Yeah. Where do you think Newcastle's going to finish now, Premier League wise?
I'm struggling to see it. We've got to have to really get a win streak going if we want to get into European football. We've just got to get any form of European football. That's the Conference League, Europa League. I don't care. Just get any of it. If we don't get any next season, though, we're in big trouble. So I mean, hard to predict now. 7th, 8th. I can't see us getting higher than that. So we've got to really hope that we can get Europe, because otherwise we're going to be in big trouble.
Yeah. So you can follow Adam P. If you don't know already, he's on YouTube, all the rest of the socials. Give him a follow. We'll be doing Premier League predictions in the next couple of days. That video will be on. So thank you very much, Adam.
Yeah, mate,